Saturday, August 20th, 2022. Coming to Hartford, Michigan at the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum, it's Ghost-O-Rama. Ghost-O-Rama is a one-of-a-kind event. It's a paranormal meet and greet / flea market / Comic-Con, car show, and much, much more. There'll be paranormal groups, the Ghostbusters, the Mystery Machine, spooky vendors, live band, ghost tour, Jurassic Park, killer cars, food truck, disc jockey, historical museum, kid haunted house, and much more. Van Buren County Historical Museum. That's right, out at 58471 Red Arrow Highway, Hartford, Michigan, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an outdoor market, which is free to the public. That's right, you heard me. It's open to the public. There'll be a museum tour, $5 per person. Also, from 9 to 11, a ghost tour, $20 per person. That's right, Ghost-O-Rama is hitting West Michigan, Saturday, August 20th, 2022, at the Hartford Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. This is sponsored by Southern Michigan Paranormal's UnrestrictedRadio.com, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, How to Halloween, Frankenfest, and the Midwest Parahistorical Society.
Good morning, guys. Morning, Andrew from the patrol car. Hope you're doing good this morning, bud. I'm feeling better, man. I mean, I was up in Kalamazoo yesterday for the Living History Trade Show, and you know, walking around all day long and stuff like that really made my leg feel good. It started to act on my knees, of course, because I went up there with the intent of recording, and there really wasn't nothing worth recording. It was the same old stuff as the last time. It looked like a lot of really old, very well used uniforms and stuff like that. I mean, there was some decent clothes, but there wasn't really a lot of attractions. The 4 hours that Mike and I was there, we seen one native dancer, and that was it. And it was recorded music. They didn't even bring in a live drum. They kept announcing over the speaker that the native dancers were going to start performing, and I made a beeline through all three expo rooms and we're talking big expo rooms, to get to the room where they were doing the dancing. And it was one dancer in a very, very modern outfit, and recorded music. And I just pretty much, I wasn't going to waste my battery power or anything even trying to record it. So, you know, I've been up since about 5:20 this morning working on a video for today. Pretty good one, actually. But let me see here. Thank you, Candy, for sharing and twittering us out. Oh, hope the patrol's going good, Andrew. Hope it's a very non-eventful, boring evening for you. So, or boring morning. Let me see here. Got Candy, got Ty, got Rusty, got Andrew. Thumbs up once. Okay, well, you know. Oh yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Like I said, the doctors wanted me to get up and move and work the leg, and the calf didn't bother me at all. There was no pain in the calf. I mean, I took my my Norcos and had my painkillers with me before I left. I took the other little painkillers with me, the acetaminophen and stuff, and I didn't need them. I didn't need them. Like I said, my knees were hurting when I got home last night, but I got my shoes off, put my slippers on, put my comfy britches on, and I was fine. I was fine when I got here, you know. Of course, the mother-in-law was still here, the wife was here, and a couple of the mother-in-law's friends came over and sat with her and grandma and hung out. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a great show, guys, but there was no deals there. Everybody kind of figured that you know, folks would be trying to get rid of their old stock they've been carrying for 2 years since they've not had the show because of COVID. Everybody figured they'd be doing everything in their power to get rid of that stuff, to order new stuff for this year for their sutlery businesses and stuff, for the reenactments and everything. And they didn't. They just jacked the prices up like crazy on stuff. But I'll tell you what, there was some guns there. Oh my God, there was some guns there. I seen $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 long guns there. Custom made guns with ribbon work and brass work and silver work and just all kinds of stuff. I mean, there was some beautiful guns there. Dude, did you ever read the novel Shepherd of the Hills or heard the notorious Bald Knobbers of Southern Missouri? No, but I've heard of the Knob Gobbler of Southern Iowa. Oh wait, Bald Knobbers. No, nothing like that. No, you'll have to tell me about that. I've not. I've never heard of that before. That sounds pretty cool. There's Rusty showing off his cock already. Or I'm sorry, cocks. Well, I guess we will just have to have a discussion. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking maybe tonight. I'm thinking tonight I'm going to do an all-night live stream. Not me, of course, but here in the studio, turn on the night vision and mount the camera right back over here at the door. I noticed a couple weird things this morning after I came in here, and I got to getting things situated, and because the wife just carried everything in here yesterday when I got home, and strap on spelled backwards is no parts. It is, isn't it? Good morning, old helmet. Very good point. Very good point. But I came in here, started getting things organized. I noticed a couple things yesterday or this morning, and so I think I might do a live in here all night tonight, like we did in the kitchen here a few weeks ago, and see if we pick up anything. Have to wait and see. It's just kind of weird, I guess. Morning, Stephen. You're all right, bud. You're all right. No big deal. Let me roll back up here for a second. I'm going to receive another long gun groove frame barrel receiver assorted parts 1873 Winchester 4444. Now that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I actually found one gun yesterday that I probably would have refinanced the house for. Um, and you guys know that have been with me for a while. Morning, KG. Knows how long I've been looking for a Colt revolving rifle. And well, needless to say, I found one yesterday. Of course, it was a repop, but it had never been fired. It was shiny as all get out. Beautiful gun. I picked it up, handled it. It was just, I think I might have dribbled a little bit. It was so cool. And they had $600 on that gun. And I just, oh my God, that was so hard to put it back down. Not try to work out something with them, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Walking with cement bricks on my legs. Hopefully gets better as the day goes. Oh my God. We could only hope, Sonny. Good morning, dear. I would say, hey, how are you doing this morning? But you've already answered that question before I even had a chance to ask it. Yeah, that's awesome. I live restore and build aside from polymer 80, my last rebuild. 1942 Sten, MK2. Oh, nice. I'd still like to get my hands on an M16. It's been years. My God, it's been 32 years. 32 years since I handled an M16. So one day. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate that, honey. I do. I feel so much better. Got home last night, took my other blood thinner, took my Norco for the night, and got up this morning and rinse, repeat. So, as long as I keep my schedule rolling and I stay on it, it'll be good. I've had one, Drew, big gun. M16 was always my favorite modern gun, and that's only because that's what I used in the Army. Was an M16, and I don't know. It just seems like so much fun to shoot. I mean, of course, brass isn't exactly cheap, but neither is the gun. 32 years. I had a 16A2 and an M4. Nice. You look up Alfie Bolin whenever you get a chance. Alfie Bolin. I know Alfred Woodard. Good morning, Wook. Hope you're doing good, bud. Hope you're doing better. Morning, Tony. Cost of ammo these days. I'm going to a single shot. I don't blame you for that. Okay, Candy's got her coffee, guys. We can all crawl off behind our furniture now. We're safe. Ergonomics on the old M16s. And the government keeps, improvising and changing things. And, my sons both carried, the AR when they were in the service, and all it is a modified M16. I mean, the gun itself still exists inside the AR body. It's just, I don't know. Oh well, let them keep changing things. Sooner or later, they'll have the things voice printed and everything else where, you're just, not safe, or, the gun the gun could be dropped on the battlefield. Nobody else could pick it up and use it. So. No, still not safe till she's on her 5th. Stoner for generations. John Browning. Yeah, that's true. I prefer wood and steel. Tony's thinking right up the same way I was. Tony says Viagra. I was going to say, well, Rusty, that's one of those things that happen when you get to be our age. But hey, Tony beat me to it, so I don't feel so bad now. No one compares to our Savior, St. Browning. Oatmeal. You know, I think oatmeal was originally intended as an ingredient and not a main food source. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. I can't eat oatmeal. No matter how hard I try, I cannot eat oatmeal. I have no problem eating no-bake cookies or oatmeal cookies, but I cannot eat plain oatmeal. I've tried it 100 different ways. Don't they make candles with St. Browning's picture on it? Yeah. Catholics have candles in their homes with, you know, Mary Magdalene and stuff like that on it. Gun enthusiasts have candles in their home with St. Browning's on it. It's only fitting. Gun enthusiasts need effigy candles as well. I only eat apple cinnamon instant oatmeal. It really helps regulate blood sugar for me. Peanut butter regulates my blood sugar. I've come to find that's the absolute best thing for me is natural peanut butter, very, very little carbs, very little sugar. Whenever my sugar starts to get too high, I get a couple big tablespoons of peanut butter, and I'm pretty decent. So far they haven't found anything that actually gets my body to the right place again. But after 6 years, I think I've kind of got used to that higher elevated number and everything. Bourbon, okay, maybe peanut butter and a shot of bourbon. Okay, I don't know. Small shrine setting things, of course. Since the COVID attack, I'm more tired than I ever got. Says most folks will never be what they used to be. Yeah, my doc said the same thing. Welcome to the new norm. My brother is Catholic, never understood how his God is perfectly just and merciful at the same time. Mercy is a suspension of justice. Yeah. Since 1980, keeping people alive around me. Oh, Rusty's already getting fired up on history, guys. I gotta get ready. Just all of a sudden keeps pulling this stuff out from under his hat without me being all prepared and everything. All right, put that little nub down here. All right, here we go. 1788, fire destroys 856 buildings in New Orleans, Louisiana. Oh, and by the way, in case you guys didn't hear, early this morning, our time, a Boeing 737 went down in southern China. 135 people on board. They haven't made it out to the site yet to know if there was any survivors or anything like that. So definitely prayers and thoughts with the people that were on board that plane. They have no clue what happened to the plane, why it went down. Nothing. It was operated by Southern China Airlines. No clues yet on anything. I just heard about it. So, you know, we'll just have to see what happens. Let me some history. 1791, Captain Hopely Eaton becomes first commissioned officer in the Revenue Marine, later the Revenue Cutter Service, the forerunner of modern U.S. Coast Guard. Yeah, there were 856 buildings in New Orleans. 856 people. Good morning, Santee. Good to see you this morning, bud. 1844, the original date predicted by William Miller of Massachusetts for the return of Christ and the end of the world. Boy, was he ever off. They don't know, Tony. They have no clue. They don't know if it was a missile. They don't know if it was the weather. They don't know if it was a plane malfunction. Nothing yet. So, who knows? 1859, Zoological Society of Philadelphia, first in U.S. incorporated. 1860, U.S. extradition treaty with Sweden. 1863, naval engagement at Havana. USS Henrik Hudson versus Confederate blockade runner Wild Pigeon. Yeah, he sure missed on that one, didn't he? 1844. I wonder if guys ran around with the big billboard signs on their chest and their back like they do nowadays with the long robes ringing the bell. God is coming back. Repent, repent. At least nowadays they don't call for a date. 1864, Battle at Henderson's Hill, Bayou Rapids, Louisiana. 1865, Battle of Bentonville ends, last Confederate effort to stop Sherman. 1866, U.S. Congress authorizes national soldiers' homes. 1868, first U.S. professional women's clubs, cirrhosis. It forms in New York City. Cirrhosis. (1907) U.S. sends troops to Honduras to halt the Nicaraguan army takeover. Fired bullets from Midway. Package was damaged. Post office postal boy freaked out, saying they don't ship ammunition. Cirrhosis of the liver. Yep. Apocalypse predictions have come and gone. The Bible says no one shall know the time and the prediction doesn't come true. They say that proves the Bible because the Bible says they aren't setting a date, so that proves it. Okay. I mean, he's not going to RSVP, but still, I mean, there's going to be some kind of forewarning if it's a month long, a week long, or an hour long. There's going to be some kind of, the trumpets from the trumpets from the heavens and everything. It does say that in Revelations. So we'll see. 1913 flood in Ohio kills 400. Modern day living in Ohio kills more than that. Midway has to explain bullets are not ammunition. 1917, Loretta Walsh becomes U.S. Navy's first female petty officer. Also becomes first female to get impregnated in the middle of the ocean. People are morons. Oh, there's an understatement. 1921, Walter Kerr Theater, Ritz, CBC, the Center for Breast Control. I don't know. CBS, NBC, ABC opens at 223 West 48th Street, New York City. 1922, where is it? I think my brain had a stroke. 1922, KGW AM in Portland, Oregon begins radio transmissions. Person is smart, people are stupid. Very true. Very true. I'm not supposed to go to the mail. It can be shipped FedEx, UPS. 1923, U.S. Foreign Minister Charles Hughes refuses USSR recognition. 1924, first foreign language course broadcast on U.S. radio, WJZ, New York City. Yeah, there you go, 125 grain fishing weights. That's pretty much it. 1924, Mass Investors Trust becomes first mutual fund set up in the U.S. 1925, Tennessee Governor Austin Peay passes the Butler Act, making Tennessee the first state to outlaw teaching the theory of evolution. Repealed 1967. Well, they didn't repeal it until state lawmakers actually had a chance to look at some of the people that live in Tennessee and realize they have to be descended from apes. Man, we all take a look at little Billy Ray up there. That little sucker can climb a tree like a bobcat just to get the frisbee out the top of them limbs. I think my wife might have spiked my coffee pot while I was gone yesterday. Can't read for shit today. Funny thing though, I got 7,500 bullets delivered here by the post office last month. I get my shells for Grumpy delivered through U.S. mail. They don't come UPS or anything. So, and the U.S. mail don't, and they don't mark the box that they're blank shots. They just know they're sending 112 gauge shells through the mail. So yeah, they don't. I don't know why in the world your post office was flipping out about it. We know all of our people here in town. I go up there with my gun strapped to me and dressed up in my funny clothes, and they say, "What you get delivered today, Drew?" And I'm like, "Oh, shotgun shells." For that little coach gun of yours you carry around? Yep. Or that they say little short shotgun. Little short shotgun is what they say. Let's see here. 1944, General Eisenhower postpones invasion of the south of France until after Normandy. 1834, the house I raised in was finished being built after Native American attack. Oh, wow. Very interesting. 1946, UN set up temporary HQ at Hunter College in the Bronx. Rusty always gives good history, man. Always gives good history. Still got to get powder for mine. Good luck. Powder seems to be the commodity these days. Let's see. 1947, U.S. President Harry Truman signs Executive Order 9835 requiring all federal employees to have allegiance to the United States. It's a violation of federal law to carry a gun post office. Psst, not in this town. Besides that, don't forget, they don't consider black powder pistols as weapons. That's how you can carry them into banks, bars, courthouses, everything else. 1947, U.S. President Harry Truman signs Executive Order. Oh, there we go. Okay. 1947, U.S. President Harry Truman signs Executive Order 9835 requiring complete and unswerving loyalty to the. Didn't we just reworded differently? 1949, WTVJ, TV Channel 4, Miami, Florida, begins broadcasting. 51 pounds. Dude, I'll tell you what, I know a buttload of guys up here that'll give you 5 times the value of that stuff. But you cannot find gunpowder up here. Our biggest gun retailer here in the area, up in Kalamazoo, they normally have hundreds of bottles of gunpowder. And along about August last year, they started selling out that quick. Every time they get a shipment in, it was gone. You know, you like guns when you try to respond to Arizona Ghost Riders, but it auto corrects to Arasaka. Very true. I can find it, no problem. Just money's a little tight for a while after that mini vacation. (1952), 25,000 attend the first rock and roll concert ever when Alan Freed presents Moondog Coronation Ball at Old Cleveland Arena. 1954, KFBB-TV Channel 5 in Great Falls, Montana begins broadcasting. 1956, 28th Academy Awards, Marty, Anna Magnani, and Ernest Borgnine win. Not around here, it's on Overstock. Lucky. I bought most of the stuff I got during the Trump slump. I did buy 12 pounds this month, just in case. 1958, first presentation of West Point's Sylvanus Thayer Award. All right, old helmet, you have yourself a good day. Take care. Like I said, we'll be on tonight, but it's going to be, why in the world? I didn't say anything that even come close to sounding like Alexa. Turn your butt off. We will be on tonight, but it will be an overnight live investigation of the studio where I keep all my paranormal equipment and everything, all the historic stuff that I've gathered, and we're going to see what's bouncing around in here. Something just didn't seem right this morning after not being here all day yesterday. We'll see. Let me see. Primers, good luck with them. Yeah. Brought 2 Arisaka rifles back from World War II, incidentally. (1962) Yogi the Bear becomes the first creature to be ejected at supersonic speeds by U.S. military testing ejection seats. Okay, well, Rusty beat me to it. I was going to make a boo-boo joke. But, you know. Powder, I mean smokeless. I have no black powder. Can you just hear Yogi screaming, hey, boo? Yeah, boo-boo. Watch me. Closure of Alcatraz. 1963 Alcatraz prison in San Francisco Bay is closed. David Andrew, get a hold of me later if you're free. As soon as I finish the video, bud, and get it set for premiere, or yeah, as soon as I get it set for a premiere, then I'll do it. Must be time to get the girls ready to go to school. Mine is off school today. Her allergies are kicking her butt. I was talking to her when I got home last night. She's carrying on a conversation. Just all of a sudden, it looked like someone turned on the spigot. Little nose started running, dripping down over her lips and stuff. She's trying to keep up with it, and just finally gave her a whole roll of toilet paper and said, "Here, have at." £16, not 12. Luckily, I don't have allergies of any kind. Well, I mean bees, but that don't count. So, but yeah, it's kicking her little butt. I feel so sorry for her. She looks so miserable and everything, but we'll get her taken care of. Actually, Drew, my kids are late. Got to treat kids' head before I can send to school. Not dealing with school nurse attitude. Go figure. Oh, I just heard her sneezing in the bathroom. Allergies suck. They really do. They really do. I can't help but feel sorry for her. She looks so miserable, and she tries to keep up doing her thing, and she just looks so blah. Figure have enough supply to outfit grandkids for their entire life. Oh, pop this back up in there. Top. Night. 1964 Beatles single "She Loves You" goes #1 in the U.S. and stays #1 for 2 weeks. Allergies so bad this year. We thought my wife actually had a cold. She doesn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you. Yeah, yeah. It's really kind of amazing what the Beatles were able to pull off that no other band ever did. If you look back through music history in the 80s, a lot of Beatles songs started making that big comeback again in the 80s, long after the Beatles had broken up, with Julian Lennon coming out, John Lennon's and Yoko's son. Um, it's amazing how many of those um, old Beatles songs actually started to make a comeback and go up the charts again so many years after the Beatles actually broke up. It's very, very cool the way people and the different generations sit and take music. I was waiting for the girls to scream. 1965, Martin Luther King Jr. begins march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. 1965, U.S. Ranger 9 launch takes 5,814 pictures before lunar impact. In case you guys haven't noticed, I have a new co-host on my right side. I decided instead of clogging up my closet with unnecessary stuff, I was going to pull out different things and use it here on the set where I do my streams and stuff at. Of course, we got Edgar over here. He was with me on the old background. Now we got Wolfie over here. Wolfie was my outfit. If you guys remember right, Halloween last year, when my daughter and I went out together, doing Little Red Riding Hood, and the wolf, of course, with the chain still around his neck that she was leading me around with last year or last Halloween. Guns are still hung over on the other wall. Let me see here. What am I see here? 1966, U.S. Supreme Court reverses Massachusetts ruling that Fanny Hill is obscene. No, but Hill's Fanny was pretty cool. 1966, American medical drama series Ben Casey, starring Vince Edwards and Sam Jeffy, ends a 5-season run on ABC. 1969, U.S. performs a nuclear test at Nevada test site. Where would today in history be without at least one nuclear test? 1970, first San Diego Comic-Con International opens at U.S. Grant Hotel. 1971, Vermont seasonal snowfall totals 132.2, I'm guessing, inches, because, well, Vermont's still there, so, 1971, WCPB TV, Channel 28 in Salisbury, Maryland. PBS begins broadcasting. I wish we had some PBS connections. I wouldn't mind doing Living Histories, Mysteries, and stuff on PBS. for folks that just have normal, regular antenna TV. Nuclear tests in Nevada? Really? Yeah, I believe it or not. (1972) U.S. Supreme Court rules states can't require one-year residency to vote. Didn't like the Beatles for most of my life. I didn't like a lot of their songs. There were a few that just really kind of stuck out and always kind of hit me. But for the most part, a lot of their music, which is really weird because I grew up on, 50s and 60s music. (1978). God, I was 10 years old. San Francisco passes its and passes. San Francisco passes its and the most. Oh, okay, I got you. 1978, San Francisco passes its and the U.S.'s most comprehensive homosexual rights bill. I never screamed for any music group. Nah, I never screamed for any of them. I mean, I went to concerts and screamed, but never screamed for any of them. 1980, on season finale cliffhanger of TV show Dallas, villain J.R. Ewing is shot by unknown assailant. Now we know who did it. I like their music. It wasn't hard rock stuff. As a songwriter, very interesting to look at the structure and layering of their later stuff. Yeah. 1983, only known typo on Time magazine cover. Control, all recalled. And all the people but I'm not the only one. As long as you didn't go to a Village People concert and wind up screaming. No, never seen the Village People. Never seen the Village People. Really had no interest in seeing the Village People. YMCA. 1984, part of Central Park in New York City is named Strawberry Fields, honoring John Lennon. I knew a strawberry field, so I actually knew a girl named Strawberry Fields. Yes, her mom and dad were huge Beatles fans. She was born in she was probably 15 years younger than me. One of my sister's ex-boyfriends, his sister was named Strawberry Fields. And go figure, she was a strawberry blonde. I mean, it was fitting, I guess. Maybe that's why her parents named her that, is because when she was born, she had this red hair. But yeah, they named her Strawberry. Could you imagine going through life with a name like that? (1986), 199.22 million shares traded on the New York Stock Exchange. 1989, first sea test of Trident II missile self-destructs Cape Canaveral, Florida. 1990, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof opens at Eugene O'Neill Theater in New York City for 109 performances. Only 109? I figured as popular as that that stage show was, I figured it would run a lot more than 149 performances. 1991, 27 lost at sea when two U.S. Navy anti-submarine planes collide. Some things kids are named should be considered child abuse. I have known Porsches. I have known Corvettes. I have known Mercedes. I think that's about it. I think that's, I knew a boy named Durango. The one really, I shouldn't say it just in case she's like lurking or somebody that knows her is lurking in the chat somewhere. But the one thing about Mercedes, she lived up to her name. Everybody liked to take a ride, but nobody wanted to own her. (1991) UN Security Council panel decided to lift the food embargo on Iraq. Hot damn, it's time to go out and get them camel burgers again. 1994, Ann P. Cinnamon Aristoff named chairwoman of Museum of Natural History. I knew a kid named Teddy Bear. Yeah, it was the upkeep cost. That was the main thing. That was the main thing with Mercedes. It was the upkeep cost. Teddy Bear. Huh? I told you guys about my friend in school that was a year ahead of me, Larry Head. His dad, Richard, he lived in a town smaller than the one I live in now, so you could imagine the stuff that poor old Dick had to put up with. Anna P. Cinnamon Aristotle. Cinnamon. Anna P. Cinnamon. 1994 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. UNFCCC enters into the force after being ratified by the required number of nations. Yeah, what are you sorry about, Rusty? I mean, you know that United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Control, it's not your fault that their synonym is unfuck. 1995, New Jersey officially dedicates the Howard Stern rest area. the Howard Stern rest area. Oh, the comments I could make on that one. 1995, New York City agrees to sell its 2 owned radio stations, WNYC AM and FM. (2006) first ever tweet sent out by Twitter founder Jack Dorsey. Just setting up my Twitter, and he misspelled it. Every day's reenactment Bay City is September 22nd through the 25th. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Come on, hiccups. I'll put that on my calendar, and hopefully I can get up that way. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see what's going on. 2017, singer Wyclef Jean wrongly identified as suspect, handcuffed and detained by LA County Sheriff's Department. 2018, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg admits they made mistakes after data on 50 million users is harvested by Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica. 2018, Austin bombing suspect Mark Condit kills himself in chase with police in Austin, Texas. Save the county and state unnecessary funds in trying his dumbass. Thank you, Mark, for making life easier on taxpayers. 2019, U.S. President Donald Trump says U.S. should recognize Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights on Twitter. 2019, Levi Strauss & Company is traded publicly for the 2nd time in its history on the New York Stock Exchange. You know, I probably shouldn't say anything like this because it gives you guys a good idea of how bad taste in movies I have. But, you know, I got home last night, got my clothes changed. Wife was making dinner when I got home. And we sat down to watch a movie together. And I found a movie I thought sounded really cool. It had a couple of the a couple of the stars of an old movie that I really loved called Sex Drive. Hilarious film. But it was called Love and Monsters. And the wife and I sat down, we started watching it, and it is also, you know, a hilarious movie about a group of high school friends who get together every year on, you know, one of their friends' birthdays, and they go up to the family cabin, and they celebrate the birthday. They get drunk. They watch the Leonid's meteor shower on his birthday, and you know, turns out that some alien something that had been captured by an organization that shall remain nameless. It escaped, and it was trying to. It stole this piece of alien technology from this company and was trying to activate it. And they go through this whole frickin' scenario of these people coming out and hunting this thing, and you know, it trying to kill the alien and stuff. Finally, at the end of it, they kill this thing, and they come to find out that, you know, this is not some Earth destructive machine or anything like that. The alien was actually the good guy. It had developed a CO2 driven engine that it was trying to activate to completely pull the Earth away from fossil fuels and stuff like that. And the organization that had captured it was Big Oil, and so these kids wound up killing this friendly alien that was trying to completely change the Earth and make it a better place and stuff like that. And my wife's like, "You're not allowed to pick movies anymore. This was probably the dumbest damn thing." I had to agree with her. It was funny, but all right, back up here. Let's see here. Levi Strauss, by the way, funnels millions of dollars into anti-gun campaigns, which is probably why hardly anybody buys Levi Strauss anymore. I would rather pay $10 for a pair of Rustlers at Walmart than I would $30 for a pair of Levi's. Bans the carry of guns in their stores. Well, they can suck my butt. 2019 Governor of Missouri Mike Parson declares a state of emergency as flooding from Nebraska and Iowa flows downstream into the state. 2019 Amelia Clark reveals she suffered 2 brain aneurysms while filming Game of Thrones. I remember that. There for a while, everybody thought she was going to die. They were so bad. So I bought the top of a hill. Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you, sweetie. Yeah, it was a political statement. That's exactly what it was. I love 501s. I love them, but yeah, $30 for a pair of frickin' pants, man, when I can go, you know, go and pay $10 for a pair, and 9 times out of 10, they're just as good. Of course, you know, the wife hates it when I try to stone wash my jeans. It just dents the hell out of the drum in the washing machine. But I mean, I got to use smaller stones. $50. My God. Yeah, I would never pay that much for a pair of pants. I don't care how nice they are or how long they last. I wouldn't do it. To me, $30 for a pair of pants is unbearable. I'll catch them on sale, or like I said, I'll buy rustlers. They come in light blue, dark blue, black. Why in the hell would I ever pay 30, 40, or $50 for a pair of pants? My suspenders snap on rustlers the same way they snap on Levi's. The only thing that rustlers don't have is a button fly, and the way I look at it is give them time. Nice thing about button fly, though, you don't got to worry about zipping the goods up in a rush. Now, I don't care what's going on Twitter. Can't afford to buy anything on Wish. Gravel washed. Yeah, I kind of want to take them down here to the lake and beat them on a rock and then bring them home and wash them. Just because we grew up where clothes were not as expensive as today's prices. Honestly, yeah. I mean, you know, I think in the past I've told you guys about, you know, when I was in school and the Air Jordans first came out. You know, I lived in a farming community. So most of the kids that I went to school with were rich kids. They were farmers' kids. And, you know, Air Jordans came out like $135, $140 a pair. And morning, Brooke. Good to see you this morning, dear. My mom and dad just didn't make that kind of money, you know, to buy a pair of $150 shoes. And my mom went to a Kmart and found a pair of red, black, and white high top tennis shoes. And she took a magic marker and drew a little stick figure on the side of this thing. It was just, yeah. And those things meant more to me than a pair of Air Jordans ever could. You know, it was my mom's sense of humor and the fact that, you know, my jeans went down over the tops of these damn things anyway, so it was really hard to tell them apart from a pair of Air Jordans. And besides that, I lived on a farm. They're going to get muddy and dirty and stuff anyway. So why spend $150 when $20 at a Kmart and a magic marker solved the problem? I kept those damn things until they fell apart, only because I love to look at them and think, you know, my mom was not an artist. This stick figure looked like he was having a seizure on the side of these tennis shoes. Squiggly and stuff. But it's the thought that counts. Never cared about what kind of status symbol label. Yeah, and see, I guess maybe it was just the fact that I was probably the only low, high, top of the low income kid at the school. You know, everybody else was farm kids and had money and had cars and stuff like that. And, you know, kids spend way too much time worrying about what other people think. I never was one to worry much about peer pressure. So like I said earlier, guys, I will set this new video as a premiere tonight at 7 o'clock. And then along about 9 or 9:30, I will start an all-night stream from here in the studio, just to see if there's any nocturnal activity floating around in here. Good morning, Pam. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well. Like I said, I came in here this morning and things just didn't seem right for some reason. I noticed a couple things had moved here and there, and after being gone all day yesterday, the room being closed up, no activity in here at all from the living, but things just didn't. Wonder why this is charging slow. It's at 100%. It shouldn't be charging at all. But we'll see what happens overnight. My daughter, whose room is like right there on the other side of Wolfie, she seems to every once in a while think she hears me in here at night, and she comes in to ask a question and I'm not here. So we're going to see. Now in handguns, labels matter. Hey, the way I look at it, I don't care if it's a brand name or generic. If it does its job and it does it well, I don't even care about labels there. I'm good. Hope you are as well. Oh, I'm doing great compared to last week, Pam. I am doing absolutely wonderful. I can't complain one bit. As of right now, depending on the weather, next Sunday, I am planning on having a get-together, possibly a cookout and investigation here for the entire Midwest Parahistoric Society. Probably grilling some burgers, some doggies, little pitch-in type thing, and then doing a cemetery investigation here local, one of our oldest cemeteries in the county. This place has got a really crappy history, guys. Here about a decade ago, I guess a tornado came through this area just north of town and uprooted a large oak tree in the cemetery. And as it completely pulled the tree out of the ground, it just obliterated several coffins that were buried and pulled the bodies to the surface, or parts of the bodies. So there's a lot of disrupted graves and stuff out there. So as long as things work out, we'll do, a little yearly meeting of the guys here, and then possibly have a investigation which will be our first cemetery investigation of 2022. So I figure, why not start it off with a bang? So there's a lot of, this place is right off the highway heading to Dowagiac, Michigan. And a lot of people have been traveling down that road between 2 and 4 a.m. and swear that they see or pass people standing right there on the roadside on the curve. And there's a monument, military monument park right there. And several people have sworn that they've seen people standing there around the little military park and on the roadside, and stopped just past the curve to turn around and come back to see if they need help or something like that, and no one be there. So it's going to be very interesting to go out there and check out the Van Ripper cemetery. Also, my friend Mike that lives over here that I went with yesterday, he actually lives in the Van Ripper house, which was built just before the Civil War. So, needless to say, he's going to be going out there with us and heading security again. So we clearly have a different definition of starting off with a bang. Well, there may be a bang or two in there. There is a very large pack, I guess, of coyote right there in the area. So there might be a bang or two during filming. And, Mark, along with another member or two, are usually, packing some kind of coyote deterrent. So who knows? There may be a bang in there, or two or three. Still different, huh? Yep, there's been several times right there in that area. A couple of farms have reported, small sheep, the lambs and stuff being taken down and partially pulled through the fences and gnawed on and stuff like that. People have seen, numbers of coyotes in the area and stuff. Not to mention right here in the area, a little bit further east of that location, people have actually reported big cat in the area. So, I mean, we're still the country, but I mean, you got a couple of towns 9 miles apart, but there's that's still 9 miles of mostly open fields and woods and caves and things like that. So, who knows? That's always one thing to look forward to with our videos, is you never know what we're going to get on film. There's so many so many reports of big cat being seen and stuff like that. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows? That's why I'm so thankful for Mark always carrying his 1911. Makes us feel a little safer. I got to see my granddaughter this weekend. She's as tall as me. It's been a year because I don't live close. Is that the one that lives out west, Sonny? Or does she live here in the state? There have been big cats reported here in my local state forest, but I have been all over that place and never saw a large cat track. Oh, we've never seen, oh, Ohio. Okay. Um, I've never seen big cat track around here, but Mike, that just lives a block away, he was traveling out here southeast of town 2 years ago to visit a friend of his and seen a cougar out there eating something on the road, and he got right up, not more than, he said, about 25 feet from it, and it looked up from what it was doing and took off running off the side of the road into the woods right there. So he said he pulled up where this thing was laying in the road and kept looking and never seen it. So, but the woods was real thick at that time. So, I mean, like I said, this is still Michigan, and animals do have a tendency of traveling out of their normal area when food sources get thin. I mean, any of you guys that are outdoorsmen and hunt or whatever know this. We've had bear from Michigan wind up in northern Indiana. We've had here just a few years ago, it was all over the news where cougar tracks were found in northern Indiana uh, during the wintertime on horse farms. People would go out to take care of their horses, and the horses would be in the barn, and they're like, you know, the horses are never in there. So they go out, start walking, and the horses are real jittery about going out in the pasture, and they find cougar tracks clear up to their inside fence in the horse in the corral where the horses are at. So cougar's been spotted up here northern central eastern Michigan too. DNR is warning for little yeah, we've had one bear here. Well, I don't know, Tony, but I would say that little piece of land that you got yourself down there in southern Missouri, um, I got a feeling you might wind up seeing one or two of them out there in the woods and stuff down here, in that area once you get settled in down there. 300 bear been planted in Alpena, 2004. They travel. Yeah. Well, you know, back in the late 80s, early 90s, the release program with Department of Natural Resources down in Indiana, nearby where they do the Miss Cinewall 1812 reenactment every year. They released 5 mating couples of wolves. Okay. All right. Let me get this thing back into jive here. Yeah, for some reason there for just a second we lost the internet. I mean, it just completely shot out. But yeah, they released mating sets of wolves, mating sets of eagles, and mating sets of cougars back at the reservoir to try to, you know, cut down on the muskrat, population and stuff like that. And you know, they wanted to bring the bald eagle back to its normal areas and stuff like that. But the wolves and cougars, they put in there to cut down on the muskrat and groundhogs and stuff like that, which is really kind of stupid because there's campgrounds all over that area, and nobody thought of the area that they travel to hunt. And luckily no one's ever been hurt, but they've seen them nearby the campgrounds. So, and the same thing here in Michigan, you know, they released several sets of bears, cougars, bald eagles, wolves, things like that to get them back in their natural habitat again. The other critters I kill that I don't eat are coyotes and feral cats. And you know, it's really sad too, because the price of coyote hides, I was looking at hides yesterday, and dude, I'll tell you what, you take the time to kill coyotes, I'd take the time to tan those hides at $300 a piece. It's well worth that $1.25 piece of brass you put into it to get it tube tanned and put those hides up for sale. I could not believe these $600 for wolf hides, anywhere between $250 and $300 for coyotes. I found an old beat up bear rug yesterday. I mean, granted, it was a big black bear, but the rug was $1,600. And this thing looks like somebody been wiping their feet on this rug for 100 years. And it just, good morning, Elvis. Thank you very much for that thumbs up. Elvis is in the building, guys. Introducing large predators is kind of stupid. I like the idea of putting animals back into their natural habitat. I'm a big supporter of that, but you put them into areas where you have a problem with invasive species or troubling things like they did at the reservoir. They just didn't take into consideration that when you put a large group of large predatory animals in one area, that they will start to move out and expand, so they're not overlapping their hunting areas and stuff. So people don't realize animal fur is far better for warmth than any man. Oh yeah, I know. I've had some beautiful winter boots that I made, and the outside was elk hide with moose hide soles, and I put coyote fur inside them. And not only is it soft, but having those coyote fur liners that I could pull out and wear around as house slippers, especially on them cold winter days. You can tell the sun's out now. We're up to a big whopping 39 degrees here right now. I'm doing okay. Back to work. All right, Elvis. You have yourself a good day, bud. Take care and come back anytime, man. Come back anytime. Well, that went down the wrong pipe. Oh, I know rabbit fur mittens are great, man. I bought my daughter a set of rabbit fur mittens here a few years ago, and I don't know if she left them at a friend's house or what. She can't find those things for nothing. She's been knowing Elvis for about 5 or 6 years. He is one of our best friends. Cool. I'm glad he's part of the family here. Because you know, any friend of you guys, he's automatically family here. Nice to wake up. The temps above 30 degrees. Amen to that. Amen to that. You know, I woke up this morning, and like I said, I didn't want to get up, man. I was so comfortable. Oh, Elvis is still here. How about that? I thought Elvis had left the building. I'm glad Elvis is still hanging out. It is 50 here at the moment. Oh, that's cool. Maybe maybe those warmer temps are heading back our way again. It'd be kind of nice. I'm tired of these 30s again after, you know, a week and a half ago when we were almost 70 degrees. Oh, you're back to work from the weekend. Gotcha. Yeah, I am too. Right here. You know, of course, more mobile now than I was last week. Drew's not going to be making those mistakes anymore of spending 8 or 10 hours or 12 hours or 16 hours sitting here in this chair. I'm getting up and moving around and doing stuff. I'm not playing with this blood clot, guys. I am really, you know, I have tested my mortality too many times in the last 6 years, 5.5 years. I'm not, July 4th, July 5th, this year, marked 6 years since, you know, the diabetic shot, dying on my wife, you know, the 25th of June is mine and Steph's 6-year anniversary. And the 5th of July is the 6-year anniversary of when I died on her twice. And thank God for, you know, the quick action of the people at the hospital at Borges Lee up in Kalamazoo. When I started to shut down the third time, that's when they induced the coma and just completely reset my computer. So, and then, you know, last week getting that blood clot, and, you know, I can tell it's dissolving. I can tell it's breaking apart because I'm having a lot more chest pain for the clots. Little chunks of clot are passing into my lung, which is something they told me to watch for. That would be my sign that the clot was breaking up and everything. So not exactly the most pleasant feeling in the world, but at least I know that, you know, I'm getting circulation back in my leg again. Because with the diabetic neuropathy, it's really hard to tell what's neuropathy and what's the blood clot. You know, what's making my legs and my feet tingle. So it's kind of nice to. Most people don't think chest pain is a good thing, but when you have a blood clot and it's in an artery that only goes to your lungs, then oh yeah, I take baby aspirin every day, every morning. Matter of fact, at 7 o'clock this morning, I had already brought my pills in here because I'm on that cycle with the blood thinner. So I already had my little pile of pills sitting here by the coffee cup, and as soon as 7 o'clock hit, I popped them in, took a big swig of coffee, and, you know, started my day off with my blood thinner and my Norco and my multivitamin and my aspirin. and my acetaminophen and all my cute little, you know, blood sugar medicines and stuff. So yeah, Drew's not playing around. Drew wants to outlive as many other members of my family as I can. So yeah, I'm not playing around with that stuff. Get your fat ass up, bust a move. That's exactly what I do, dude. That's exactly what I do. I came in here at 5:30, worked a little bit on the video, got up, you know, went in, hung out with the wife for a few minutes, went out, got the car started, just kind of hung around in the kitchen, straightening things up from last night and everything. Walked outside with her when she left, come back in here, worked for another 45 minutes, and then got up and, you know, done a couple more things outside the studio. So I'm really leveling my time out now. Not spending any long lengths of time sitting, because I couldn't believe I walked around for 5 hours yesterday, and the only thing that was hurting was my knees from walking around on the concrete the whole time. But with the exception of being, you know, tired, man, I came home, and I came home last night, was in a great mood, you know, popped a Norco for the pain, and I was on the ball visiting with, you know, the mother-in-law and her friends and stuff. Good morning, mi amigo. Hope things are good for you over in Portugal this morning, my friend. I'm due to get my blood test this week. Make sure platelets are still down. Take 81 milligram aspirin every day. Took it down, so hopefully it's, oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Man, YouTube is active this morning. My God. Everybody's popping videos up. Let me see here. No, I was just in a good mood, man. That stuff don't really get me high. If anything, not being a regular pain pill taker, it'll make me tired if it does anything. And it actually didn't. So I was very relieved. I'm doing great, Marco. I'm doing awesome, dude. I feel wonderful today. I feel great. Hope you're doing good, bud. I mean, it's the only bad thing about doing what we do, man. We get on here and we build our relationships with people, and we're so far apart that you know, like, you know, Sonny and I were talking earlier about the River of Time event up in Bay City, Michigan in September. You know, I'll just be across the lake, basically, or across the inlet on Huron, from where she's located at. So, you know, it'll be September before I can see Sonny. You know, it'll be August before I can see Jan. It's nice to be able to actually make contact with some of you guys and spend time with you and stuff. But it's really bad because we're so far apart that, you know. Hey, there's Peter. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing good there, Honky. Good to see you, man. Scary though, because my thighs seem like I'm carrying cement bricks around. That's how I felt last week. Take tramadol within a few hours of bedtime. I won't sleep. I'm here for the girls. Yeah, it's good to see you, Honky. We don't see you that much. Um, it's good when you can pop in, hang out. Life's treating me well, though. You know, I had the blood clot scare last week. Thank God, you know, it was in an artery that only goes to my lungs. So it's real easy to tell that it's breaking up and everything, because as it breaks up and the little chunks get into my right lung, I start to have chest pain because of the it's not broken down and gone back into my bloodstream yet. But it's telling me that the process of healing is working. So, and it's not extreme chest pain. It's just trouble breathing and some pain when I'm breathing. But it's letting me know that the healing process is working. So I'm very relieved for that. But you know, other than that, life is good, man. Life is good. I'm mobile. You know, yeah, thank God. Because I'll tell you what, if I couldn't step out on my back deck and take a breath of fresh air, that night I had to spend in the hospital last week just freaking killed me, man. Breathing that reconstituted BS air and stuff like that. All I wanted to do was, I done everything in my power to have the nurse take me to a place with a window I could open. I work nights with women. Well, you know, Peter, if you'd hang out in here more often, you'd know these little things. I know you're a busy man. That's okay. Yeah, I hate hospitals. I hate hospitals, but it's not slowing me down. I'm still kicking. Oh yeah, I feel great. I mean, it's as long as nothing else happens, you know. And you know, we're getting to that season here in Michigan again where I get to start going out, mowing the yard, doing things in the yard. Like I said, I'm planning on having a cookout for the group, um, the Midwest Parahistoric Society on Sunday. Very possibly going out and doing a cemetery investigation after we get done eating and everything. So it gives me a chance to start moving around again. Winter's hard on anybody. When you live in a state where you have, you know, inclement weather and things like that, it's really hard to stay motivated. And, you know, that's when we all start to gain some weight. And come mow my yard, I'll give you $5. Sadly enough, I think it'd probably take more than that in gas to get there. The choice, the Cub or the Dixon. Now, isn't that the stand-up zero turn or zero radius mower? Am I thinking of the right mower with the Dixon? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Believe me, after yesterday, I've come to find that walking will not kill me. I didn't sit down once the whole time we were at the show yesterday. I probably walked I probably walked 3 miles yesterday. Um, it, I mean, this place is huge, guys. I mean, this is the Expo Center. So, I mean, you had 3 rooms that were probably, I would say, probably 120 feet wide by 200 feet long. And I mean, several trips up and down aisles. Felt good. Felt good. I even took an inhaler with me in case I needed it. I didn't even need that. I felt so good. Um, yeah, the diabetes does make it a challenge. But where there's a will, yeah, prices are actually going down here. We found a place yesterday on the way to Kalamazoo that was 30 cents cheaper on the gallon that than every place else around. I mean, we were finding 4.19 as a regular, and or as an average. And we passed a place that was sitting at 3.89 yesterday. Blew us away. There was also about 20 cars sitting around waiting. You can come on my yard too, because people mow the yard here. They miss a lot of spots. Well, it's a good thing that I used to run a, yeah. Hey, thank you, diabetes memory. I used to run a landscaping company. I managed a landscaping company, so I'm a stickler when it comes to making lawns look pretty and stuff like that. I had a dream last night, showed our gas was $10 a gallon. Yeah, that's California prices right now, about $10 a gallon. So this figure came down from 539 to 479. Hey, Dev, good to see you. At work, so not fully. Oh, yeah, I can understand that. I'm still on the 389 a gallon in my Suburban and 309 in the truck. That tells you how much I drive these days. Our gas was 396. That's not too awful bad. That's, about, 20 cents cheaper or so a gallon. Mom and dad paid 379 in Crossville, Tennessee, last week when they filled the car and the truck up. But they always go to Murphy's, which is usually you'll find a Murphy's in a Walmart parking lot, and they work in cooperation with Walmart. You go into Walmart, buy one of their cash cards, and then go pay for your gas at Murphy's with the Walmart cash card. You save 10 cents a gallon. So it was regularly 389. They paid 379. There's a hummingbird outside this window. Is it too early for hummingbirds? It's only 39 degrees. We have a hummingbird out here. I just seen its little shadow on the blind right here. Stop. Oh, there he is again. I can't see through the blind, but he's just. I'm gonna put a hummingbird feeder outside this. Up, he's gone now. It's got a hummingbird. Oh, let's see here. Good morning. Last I looked, 469. That's cheap. 419. Murphy was Walton's son-in-law. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yesterday was the first day of spring, guys. Maybe we'll start seeing a little bit warmer temperatures. Not too early for Hummers. I'll probably get lectured for this later, but I don't think there's a wrong time for a Hummer. I think those things are good year round. I mean, I think they're in season year round. Hey, Taryn. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing good this morning. How's things out in Jersey? Or I should say, how's things out in your area in Jersey? All right, Tony. Have a good day, bud. We'll catch you later tonight. We'll see you. You just have a good day. Enjoy your Monday, man. I came in right, wrong time. Drew says there's wrong time for a Hummer. Yep, I said that. I hate Jersey. Well, I mean, you know, the cool thing about Jersey that, you know, I've learned from, you know, Rusty living out there is everything is about 45 minutes from home. I mean, here, I want to see things. I got to drive for 4 or 5 hours. You in a place like Jersey, everything's 45 minutes from home. It's a male scoping out feeders. I know I want to get a feeder and start making some sugar water again and hang it right outside this window. I think that would be really cool. Having my little hummingbird feeder hung back out there. And the drivers are a-holes. Yeah, come to northern Indiana. You'll come to find out. It's really kind of funny too, because you know my wife growing up in this area in Michigan, she can spot a northern Indiana driver before she ever sees the license plate, just from the way they're driving, how aggressive they drive and stuff like that. And she'll say, "Oh, Indiana driver," and sure enough, they pass by and there's that Indiana plate on the back. I've never seen her be wrong yet. I may be one. The only time I was ever an aggressive driver is when I lived in Houston. And that's because everybody was aggressive drivers in Houston. I mean, you come off an off ramp onto the interstate in Houston, you're going from 55 to 95 in like 4.4 seconds. And I mean, if you went any slower than that, you run the risk getting ran off the road or not getting in anywhere. So, I mean, you had to be aggressive. Driving in Michigan was a nightmare to me, worse than New York. And see, I've never seen any issues in Michigan. But then again, after going through defensive driving courses with the Harris County Sheriff's Department when I worked security in Houston, in the Houston area, the Houston Metroplex, being up here is nothing compared to that area. Now, I've never been to New York. That's on my to-do list. So, I mean, maybe one of these days I'll get within a stone's throw of you and actually get to New York, but I've never. Let me see here. Need feeders out by April 15th. Gettysburg, great stuff. Yeah, I know. I want to go back to Gettysburg, something fierce. Except next time I go back to Gettysburg, I'm going to get Taryn to come down and join us because that was just a lot of fun. Isn't New Jersey the size of Israel? by Mishawaka. Exactly, Bubba. You know. Hope you're doing well today, bud. Good to see you. Fit very well here in Portugal. New Jersey thinks it's the size of the USA. It's what we pay to live here for nothing. Yeah, I don't, my sister was taking me to see Wookiee one day. Someone almost hit her going down the interstate. Jeez, you criminy. Um, no, we didn't get anything refunded for car insurance, Sonny. We have State Farm, and only because my family's used State Farm for the last, God, 55 years. So I talked the wife into getting it, and sure enough, you know, especially now that she has um, the new car, her full coverage insurance is absolutely wonderful through State Farm. But no, we didn't get any kind of a refund for car insurance. My God, there's only 2 minutes left again. Jeez, criminy. Just got mine Saturday. Everyone is getting it by May 9th. Okay. Do they just send you a check in the mail, Sonny, or how's that work? I think I'm going next week for a couple days to a few days. Need my Gettysburg me time, do my paranormal stuff, and get my Zen in. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I wish I had more time to spend in Gettysburg than just the couple of days that, you know, I went with Mark and his wife and our friend Christy 2 years ago. Up to 44 degrees. Woohoo! Going to be another pretty day, y'all. I wish I had more time to spend in Gettysburg. We hardly seen any of it, but I would absolutely love to. I'd love to go out there and hang out. Shipshewana, Indiana, discourages speeding vehicles with the Amish. Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of them on the road. Okay, all right, Sonny. I'll tell her to keep her eye open. Well, I'm usually here to get the mail, so I'll definitely keep my eye open for it. $10 per gallon. It should be like that. Tire US. They won't lose $1. Yeah, really. I'd love to go to Gettysburg at least once in my life. It's a good place to go. You will definitely walk away a different person. I can promise you that. I did. Um, it still affects me at times when I look at photos and stuff. My God, I cannot believe how busy YouTube is this morning. It's still, I look at photos and stuff, Gettysburg, and I look through different people's videos from their visits there and everything, and it still just, I mean, what I seen just um, shoots back to mind. I love it. Morning butt lips. Was your ears burning? Because I was just thinking about you. I need to chat with you after the stream, Danny. Good morning, bud. Let me see here. I'm missing stuff, but it's after 10 o'clock, and I'm already on. We go to Southern Ohio. Amish buggies hit by cars. You always have to go just like a week. Antietam is only 45 minutes. Harper's Ferry, the same. Haunted Hoover House, 30 minutes away. Taken out of your mailbox. Oh yeah, I know. But protecting, but yes, same goes to just paranormal stuff and interactions. Prairie go battlefield protecting. 30 years. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. You know, I have a good day here. Compares to Gettysburg. Oh, yeah, definitely so. But all right, guys, it is after 10 o'clock. I've got to get busy on this video if I want to be able to premiere it tonight at 7. Like I said, we're also going after the premiere tonight at 7. We are going to do an all-night paranormal watch here in the studio, since this is where all the equipment and everything is kept, and things have just seemed a little weird this morning when I walked in here after being gone all day yesterday. So be looking forward to both of those tonight. I'm going to get out of here and finish this video. You guys have a great Monday. Danny, I'll be contacting you here in just a few minutes, bud. But you guys have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. I'll catch you guys tonight. Thanks, Bubba. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you tonight.